Australia's richest banks will be forced to reveal their most secret records to a royal commission if Bill Shorten wins the election. Labor has promised a 2-year broad-ranging inquiry into what it says are years of rip-offs and scandals. Here's National Affairs correspondent Greg Jennett.
Towering symbols of stability and strength, the pillars of Australia's financial system have reasons to tremble.
Today I say enough is enough. This string of scandals has to stop.
Bill Shorten's shadow cabinet has locked on to the most powerful probe a government can launch.
The decision that we announced today is about restoring confidence in our financial institutions.
And locked Labor in to an election campaign battle.
What we're seeing is Bill Shorten play complete politics with one of the most fundamental institutions in our economy.
Labor hadn't always believed a royal commission was needed. It voted against calling for one last year, but it's making a stand for what it says are tens of thousands of victims out of the 17 million Australians who have bank accounts. And it's taking on the richest interests in the country. The financial sector contributed almost $140 billion to the economy last year. Banks paid out $24 billion in dividends. Superannuation has over $2 trillion in assets.
What the ALP has failed to explain today is what an expensive, time-consuming Royal Commission would actually add.
Records can be seized, board minutes examined, executives forced to give evidence on what Labor identifies as a litany of scandals involving forgeries, forced home repossessions, whistleblower claims of bank Ponzi schemes, interest rate and trading misconduct and fraud.
After scandal, and with the importance of banking to the lives of everyday Australians, something needs to give, doesn't it?
$53 million would be put aside to pay for a 2-year inquiry, just over the amount spent by the Trade Union Royal Commission, and in addition to the $700 million annual budget of the corporate regulator.
ASIC has the powers of a Royal Commission. In fact, it has greater powers.
Going after the banks and super funds may not be controversial with voters, but it is to corporate Australia and the banking industry. They're already complaining it'll undermine confidence and investment. And with memories of the mining tax, Labor's record in fights against the top end of town is not a successful one. Greg Jennett, ABC News, Canberra.